through. Okay. So we have just come away from playing Silent Hill F, whatever the F means. I still haven't thought to perhaps find out. So it could mean anything really, couldn't it? Hey, hello, Charlie Chuck, hello. Well, you know, I'm hoping not really, because, I mean, we probably don't mind some of the naughty words nowadays because they're used so much. It's just a run-of-the-mill naughty word now, isn't it? But I hope they've not put it into a video game. I meant to have a look to see if I could find out what it meant. A few words popped to mind, but I don't know. But it's obviously when they put an F on like that, everybody thinks one thing, don't they? Ha ha. So I'm just trying to think how many Silent Hills have been out. The first one, the second one, Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3. Perhaps it means 4, Silent Hill 4 or 5. Maybe it is to do with how many Silent Hills there have been. Forte, Charlie, is it? Forte, okay. I'm not sure about it. It's different to what I've been playing for quite a time now. And yeah, I suppose it's okay. Yeah, I find it's frustratingly. Did you look it up? I thought you might have done. Aha. Thank you, Charlie. Now we all know we can stop speculating on this F, can't we? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I can't say no more than it's okay. I mean, to be, I have no other words for it really, apart from that I find it extremely frustrating. The character, I think, is too weak. I keep thinking back to the original, the very first. I loved that first one. I was never too sure about the other ones that came along after. But I did very much like that first one. And it seems to have sort of gone along on a different track on this particular game. But I know for certain that I am very pleased that I got it for quite a bit less than what it would have been if I'd gone to the shop and bought it. So I'm quite pleased about the price of it. And I was looking at I was looking at Yotai one, and to be quite honest, the price of that, whoa, incredible. I mean, if the game is really, really good. Yeah, and then I went on both Amazon and eBay last night, just scanning down through the price of the games that they're selling them for on there. Bearing in mind, of course, some of them aren't new, some of them are. So some of them have already been tried out. Those other companies don't have the secret sauce from software. Yes. Yeah, so I was quite surprised at the price you can buy Elden Ring for now, when you think what an absolutely fantastic game that is. And then if I was to compare it, for example, with Silent Hill, the price on that at being nigh on £70 less a penny. And as I said before, if I had gone and bought it from the shop that I usually get my games from, if I hadn't been able to get up to the shop because now it's out of town, and if I hadn't been able to get my husband to take me up there, then I would have got them to, send it to me. They would have charged me an extra £5. It would have made it nigh on £75. And when I compare that to a game like Elden Ring that has got so much depth and so much story in it and so much to do, it's incredible. You can't really compare the two, or I don't think you can. The Silent Hill one then to me seems very weak against the tougher and more in-depth game. Yeah. It's the top 3 game. It absolutely is. And I blame it for having ruined me for any other game at all. And now I am always comparing, if I play something differently, to Elden Ring. But the price of that now, I mean, I can get Elden Ring. Maybe it's not brand new, but if it's in a good condition, nearly new one, that's fair dues, like this Silent Hill one was that I bought. It had been opened. They didn't say whether it had been played or not, but it had been opened. And it's fine. It looked absolutely brand new, and I have no problem with it at all. The Elden Ring ones that I was seeing on Amazon and eBay now are £25 to £27. And to me, they are well worth the 60 odd pounds that they're asking for the newer games that are out now. It seems incredible. Just goes to show, if you wait long enough, sometimes for some of these things, the price shoots down on them. And maybe not they're new, maybe they're not new, but out of all the ones that are about, I'm sure, you can pick up something that's as near as damn it. Yeah. 25. Yeah. That's what they were on Hog Fun. That's what I found them up for on Amazon and on eBay, between £25 and £27. Yeah. For 13, gosh, they've gone for 10. Good. Assassin's Creed for 10. Phew. It's incredible, isn't it, what you can get? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I look at some of the games that I've bought some time back along, and well, the price is astonishing. I think a good example is now I'm going back years when the Super Nintendo console was out, and the recommended game everybody seemed to be going for was The Secret of Mana. Now that's a great game. I love that one. And I paid, because I bought the American version, this is something I've said before on here. I so wanted this game that I bought the American version, and I had to buy a special adapter to put into the console so that it would adapt to the UK play. And it cost me £80. And that was a lot when I'm going back whenever the SNES console was about, which is quite a few years ago. And 2 weeks after that, they brought out the English version, which was a bit of a bummer. But that game that I bought, that was selling for way over £100, £200 I could have got if I wanted to sell it. It was way up there. Now I think you can get it for pennies again, obviously, because the technology and the consoles have moved on so much. Yeah. But and I do think that if you get a really good game, like, again, Elden Ring has got to be the example. Another good example I also think is Expedition 33. Now that's a good game as well. I can't remember how much I paid for that. I don't think as much as 60 odd pounds. I think that was probably around about the 40-ish, which isn't too bad. But if you get a game that's so in-depth like Elden Ring is, myself, I don't mind paying the money because you're getting good value for your money. Yeah. Is it 50? Yeah. Yeah. It's I mean, when I think about it, there's so much to make these games as they are nowadays. So many people just working on one video game. When you see the credits coming up at the end of anything that you've actually gone through and finished, I very often sometimes, because it's something I learned from way back. Again, I think that was one of the games that were on this Nintendo console, waiting for the credits to come up at the end of the game, because then there was something else to do after the credits. So I've always had a thing about I'll wait for all the credits to come up, and there's masses and masses of names come through. I mean, sometimes some of the stuff you've waited quite a few minutes for all of the credits. But oh, sorry, I'm just reading some of the stuff on what they're saying on my television here. It's always about the same darn thing, honestly. Nothing's any different. But yes, yeah. Yes, it's surprising. I mean, I've picked up the fact some of the games I've played and got rid of, and then I thought, look at the price of them now. Peanuts. So we're going to try and go along with the Silent Hill. To be honest, the way I feel with it, I should be glad when I've done it. Yeah. Another one I'm looking for, and I'm not quite sure when that's coming out, but it is in the pipeline. And there's Code Vein 2 coming out. Now, I played the original Code Vein, and I really enjoyed that as well. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it played along quite not easily, but quite nicely. There was no sort of hiccups or holdups or anything in it. And it was one of those games that you could sort of sit and play through. And obviously I got killed a few times on it, but it was quite a pleasant game to play. So I'm looking forward to number 2 on that. Ghost of Yotai. I've got to get into that. I've got to get back into the Toshima one as well. But goes back Excuse me. It goes back to the same thing. There's not enough hours in the day. When are we getting the night rain DLC? Yeah. Again, you see, I keep saying, I want an Elden Ring 2. Come on. Night Rain was okay. I liked Night Rain, yeah. But I didn't go back and do any of the more challenging bosses that they brought back and put on there. I was quite happy that I got through with just the original list of bosses that there were. I mean, that done me and satisfied me quite well. But I'm still trying to find a game that came up, and I was just flicking through my phone, and this headline sort of interested me that I clicked onto it to see what it was. And they were advertising this game. I cannot remember for the life of me what it was called. I so wish I'd written it down. I can't find that I was watching anywhere now on my phone or anywhere else. I've tried looking around on various sites, but the problem is if you don't know the name of the thing, you're not going to be able to find much out about it. But that looked really good. And it was very much in the way of a Dark Souls type game. It did look pretty good. And all I'm doing is I'm hoping that it might pop up again. But then again, I don't know what it was on, whether it was a PC only game or, a console game, or even if it was just Steam. It might have been just a game on Steam. I don't know. That's a thought, actually. I could have a look on Steam and see if there's anything like it there. Not that I go on Steam very often. I haven't been on Steam for a while. That is a thought. I might do that as well. And it might not be as good as it looks. Who knows? But, stop yawning. I can't believe I got up so late this morning. I absolutely was dead to the world. Incredible. And I slept through the night as well, so I don't know. I think sometimes these nights when I don't sleep, it all of a sudden catches up on me. And that is it. So there's a possibility that now I'm going to have a few nights along in a row where I'm not going to sleep at all again. It's not. Have you? Yes. This is it. I mean, I am tended to my system sort of shuts down a little bit, a lot because of the diabetes, and possibly if my sugar levels go wacky, either go down too low or go up too high, then I mean, if they go down too low, then there's an absolute thing where I really shouldn't go to sleep at all. But you can just get knocked out. You can't do anything about it. But also, if they go up too high, it's not so bad. I don't think if you sort of do drop off for a bit, because sometimes then it gives you time for the levels to come back to normal. But I'm wondering if it was something to do with my sugar levels, why I slept like I did this morning. But I didn't feel terribly grand yesterday morning when I got up. So I don't know perhaps whether there's, or maybe it's just because they say about the winter, is it the winter blues or something? It affects a lot of people in the winter. Perhaps it's that, who knows? But we'll see what tonight brings. We might sort of, go along more normally. You like to have winter blueberry pie? Blueberry pie? That sounds nice. Oh, gosh. The days are getting shorter. Idacras, the end of this month, we are going to put the clocks back. So today at 4:45, near enough, it will only be 4:45. I don't mind the clocks going this way so much. It's the other way they do it when they go forward an hour. Yeah. Do you adequate? Yeah. I wish they'd leave it alone. Really. I do wish they'd leave it alone. I know at some particular time they did leave it. And I don't know for why that they ever brought it back again. But I watched Stranger Things. Oh, with the kids. Oh man. Gosh, yes, I've watched Stranger. Yeah. Feeling asleep tonight, Agent. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, I think I've got a little bit more to watch of the last lot that was ever on. I can't remember. I was watching something last night. Oh, I think it was about the third thing I tried. The first one I tried, I thought, well, that looks good, about a missing girl, and it was down here in this part of the country. I watched that for about 15 minutes and I thought it's too much talking. I like a bit of action. And then the second one I picked to watch, I watched that for about 15 minutes and realized I'd seen it before. So I switched that off. And you know what? For the life of me, I can't remember. Oh, Blue Lights, I think I ended up watching. That's a police series that's been on our television, and they now streaming it. So I went to watch that. I think that was the police over in Northern Ireland. Just a police series, like, nothing factual. But at least there was some action in it. Yeah. Did you watch The Penguin? Haven't seen that. Haven't seen that at all. But you talking about The Penguin. Has anyone seen the film Joker? That is brilliant. I know my daughter and Carl and myself, we all went to see the Joker when it was first out at the cinema. I can't remember how long ago that was now, but it was probably a few years back. And maybe about 5 years or so. We went to see that, and then I know Carl has seen it many times. He kept going back and seeing it, watching it again and again and again. And then it was on the television the other night. And that is well worth watching. Really is. Yeah. So that's made me think, I wonder what's on our television tonight. let's see. Oh, this is an old. No, that's not the right one. That one needs binning. Where is the? There we go. Normally, Tuesday on our television is not terribly exciting. So let's have a look. Football. World Cup qualifier. Let's put a light on here. Oh, sorry, is it going to be too bright? Latvia versus England. Oh, I might watch that. Yeah. Yes, I like. Must admit, I like World Cup football. I like when it's different countries. I'm not too keen about like our football as it normally is, but yeah, we can see how England get on against Latvia tonight. Yeah. So. Yep. I wish this lot on the television, I wish they'd talk about something else. Oh. You don't need another subscription. Oh, yeah. Am I a Man U fan? I'm not a big football fan. No, I'm not. But I do. Yeah, World Cup. I will watch World Cup. The sports on all the streaming stuff, and just do you know what we've got? This is the only thing that does annoy me. But then again, I suppose not everybody else. But I mean, we've got Sky Television here, and I pay for all of the channels, though we don't watch but half of them, not even that. So my subscription for Sky includes football, includes sport, so you can get any sport that's on at any time. And then you get something like this tonight, which I won't complain about tonight because I'm quite happy to watch England against something when it's World Cup. And all the other times when it's been sort of what I call ordinary football on, they put it on the channels. They take away all the normal programs that are normally on at this particular evening, and they take all them away to put football on. And I get very cross about that because I think you can stream it. And most people have got Sky. If they haven't got Sky, they've probably got something like Freeview or something like that. A lot of my friends have got Freeview instead of Sky. It's all the same. And you can pick up your football on that. But no, they got to put it on our ordinary channels as well and take away everything. And okay, so football's popular, but not every single person in the world. Like my husband, for example, he couldn't give a toss about any sort of sport. Do they do that? Yeah, I do think that is annoying when, you've got other places that it can be watched just as easily. To be quite honest, I was thinking the other day, this is something else. Sorry, I'm just going to go back on to Odacrass about, am I a Man United fan? No, I'm a non-fan of everything except World Cup. But apart from any of the country, any of the stuff that's in this country, I couldn't care. I'm not bothered. I don't watch at all. I forget what I was going to say now, earlier on. Night Ryan, how to do a challenge. He's got no interest in anything at all, my husband. He hasn't got what you would call a hobby of any kind. He likes to work, you know. We were talking the other night, actually, because his brother has just decided to sell his business and retire. And he is 67. He's nearly 20 years younger than my husband. After this shopping. Nanny, hello, Jay. Yeah, Nanny, hello. Yeah, yeah. It came about where, because his brother has decided to sell up his business and retire. And as I say, he's 20 years younger than my husband, right? And it got my husband talking, and he was saying, what would I do if I retired? So he goes, because this building and our shop is all one building, you know, he'd say to me, well, we could sell up. That would mean, you know, we would sell the whole building, so we'd have to find somewhere else to live. And I said, well, you know, I'm sort of okay with that, as long as we can find somewhere fairly close by to where we are, because it's handy for the shops and getting into town. And then he goes, yeah, but what would I do? And I said to him, I know what you'd do. You'd immediately go round, look for a little shop to rent, and start working again. And he goes, yeah, he goes, I would. So I said to him, in that case, we might as well stay here. Yeah. Hi, Mo. Hi, Mo. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. I think we've been very good today. Normally we try to put the world to rights, but we've sort of been not doing that at the moment. And I've probably only got about another 5 or 10 minutes when I'm going to have to go. Because when my husband puts in an appearance, that's sort of like the end of the day. Yeah. Do you? Oh, thank you very much. You know, all I try to do is just, I hope that I bring it over as being sort of entertaining. Yeah. Maybe make you smile or make you laugh, or, you know, brighten up your day. That's all I want to do. Hey. But I started this little webcam chat thing. It started off because maybe you already know this. We can't say the word all the time. No, we can't. Oh, fun. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard me say before, Mo, but I started off this webcam chat thing because a few years back I had a phase where I'd written a lot of poetry, and I mentioned it, and the comments I was getting back were that people would like to hear the poetry. So that's why I started this webcam chat. So I still call it my poetry corner, but I've exhausted all the poetry that I have written. But I'm more than happy if anybody wants to hear anything again, to read through some of it again. And it has sort of bucked me up into writing a few more little bits of poetry, but I'm finding it at the moment quite difficult because nothing is coming into my head. I'd like to sort of do some things that are quite topical, and the stuff that's topical at the moment is so dull and doom laden that I can't keep writing poetry about that all the time. It's just not a good subject to keep on about. So I've done a couple of 3 different ones over the last week or two. And then I'm more or less sort of come to a, I suppose, would you call it a writer's block? I don't know. Something about Elden Ring. Oh, I've done an Elden Ring. You heard my Elden Ring one, didn't you, Hog Fan? I wrote about Elden Ring. Yeah, I did a poetry about Elden Ring. Yeah. I tried to do Bloodborne and Dark Souls. I also tried to do the to go through the bosses of Elden Ring. I don't know about multi-talented. I think maybe I'm like I am because how I was brought up. I was an only child, and it was just after the Second World War. We weren't very affluent. My mum and dad worked for every little thing that we had. I had a reasonably nice life. We didn't have extras. And as I say, I was an only child, and we lived away. We lived right out in the country, a house stuck in the middle of fields, and cows and trees and bushes and things. So a lot of it I had to amuse myself. And I think I may be taking my father's genes, where I liked to write and read and draw and paint, because my dad was brilliant at drawing, and my dad was brilliant at everything. So some of it I think might come because even now I enjoy doing some of the stuff I do at night. I mean, I've got books here. I've got paints and color stuff that I will do a picture with. And I do diamond painting. I don't know if you know about diamond painting, but you have to put the things in the numbers and the letters and the little coloured plastic bits, and that will make up a picture. And stuff like that I do. Dark Souls might be easier since it's quite linear. Yeah. I can't get my head around anything at the moment. I found Elden Ring quite easy. But I just couldn't seem to get into I don't know. My head didn't seem to want to get into Dark Souls characters as easily. So the best thing to do is sort of leave it, and then it might obviously come back in time. But I have to go now. End of the day, like I said. And I will be back with Silent Hill tomorrow. And then I'll come back on here later after we've done a bit of streaming. Thank you, everybody, for coming along. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. We'll see what we can do. We'll go and get some tea now. See what we got in the cupboard and see what we got in the fridge. You have a fun evening. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Hogfan. And as I say, it'll be another day tomorrow. Hey. So I will now wish you all a warm farewell. See you all. Yeah. You all take care.